Hello, Thư. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And how about you?
Yeah, I'm feeling great too. So, what have you been doing all day?
And I visit my teachers.
Oh, so you greeted your teachers. Did you see any of them?
Yes, I see them.
Uh, so
They own a home.
you went to her house.
Yes, I went
Okay,
to their house.
okay. So, did you bring them like flowers or presents?
Yes, I bring them the presents.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so who is your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher is English teacher.
English teacher. Okay. So are you her favorite student? Are are you her favorite student as well?
Her favorite student.
Her favorite, like kiểu em là học sinh cưng của cô.
Yes,
Also,
yes,
yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought so because yeah, you really like English. You're good at it as well. Of course she likes you. Okay. So what do you want us to talk about today?
today I want to talk about study.
Studying. Okay. So that topic kind of relates to the whole Vietnamese Teachers Day theme, right? So do you like studying?
Yes, I like studying.
Well, like, do you really enjoy studying, or like, do you like do you just have to study?
Hmm. some some subject for me I have to studying, but no some but the other I like to studying that.
So it depends on the subject, right? Okay. So what is your favorite subject? The one that you
My
can enjoy?
my favorite subject is English.
English? Okay. Well, yeah. I kind of guessed that. I think that I have heard about you. I have heard about that one time. So why do you like English?
Because I think it will help me a lot uh, in the future.
How can English help you in the future? How can it?
Mm, because I want to be an English teacher, so
Uh-huh.
now I have to learn English to help um, my okay. I want to be English teacher, so I have to study English.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So did your teachers like inspire you to be a teacher as well?
Yes.
Yes.
See. This is
Okay. So how about your least favorite subject? What subject do you hate the most?
right. I think it literature
Literature. Okay. Why is that?
because I think when I write, it's very long, and I think to write passage is
Uh-huh.
hard to me. I
Okay.
have had the exam last the literature exam last week, and
Uh-huh.
I have score is 7.
7? I don't think 7 is bad. Well, there is like a saying, like just like a funny saying from the internet that you cannot be good at math and English at the same time, which means that you are either good at math or good at English, nghĩa là chỉ thể giỏi toán hoặc giỏi tiếng Anh thôi, đúng không? Nghĩa là thường là người giỏi tiếng Anh thì sẽ không học giỏi toán, và thường người giỏi toán sẽ không giỏi tiếng Anh ấy. So well, I guess that I think that literature and English might might be closer to each other. Nghĩa là chị nghĩ là hai cái môn này nó liên quan đến nhau hơn là ấy, bởi vì it's language, ngữ kiểu literature it's Vietnamese and English is English. So Well, I guess that if you want to be good at English, then you kind of have to be good at literature as well. Like, what if you have to write in English, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you do you find literature like boring, or do you feel sleepy when you have to study it?
Although I don't like literature too much, but I don't feel boring or sleepy in literature.
Like, it's just hard. You just think that it's very hard, right?
I
Yeah.
feel it.
Okay. Uh, all right. Well, let me see. Actually, when I was still going to school, literature was kind of my favorite subject until high school. Tức là chị thích môn văn cho đến tận cấp 3. Thì tức là đến hết cấp 2 chị vẫn thích môn văn ấy. Lên cấp 3 thì nó kiểu khác rồi. Alright. So I guess that maybe I am kind of a nature, like uh, I was just naturally good at it, a little bit better at storytelling and describing things. So I was my literature teacher's favorite student. But if I can give you a like, if I can give you a tip to make to make your experience with literature a little bit better, then maybe I'll say that for reading the stories, maybe try to look at the story from the characters' perspectives. Like put yourself in their shoes. Like for example, when you're studying chị dậu, and maybe you can imagine yourself being chị dậu, right? And kind of having to put up with all the mean guys going to your house, beating your husbands and stuff, right? And in the writing process, though, I think that well, I hated making plans. I hated making plans ahead of time. I hated planning for my writing, but I think that is necessary. Okay, and it can kind of guide you through everything. And if you practice writing with a time constraint, nghĩa là time limit, nghĩa là nếu mà tập viết với giới hạn thời gian ấy, then maybe you will be able to um, kind of limit the things that you put into your writing, nghĩa là em sẽ giới hạn được những cái mà em muốn bỏ vào trong bài viết của mình ấy. And maybe you will not like be all over the place, sẽ không bị lằng nhằng, sẽ không bị lại viết quá là nhiều thứ, đúng không? Yeah. So yeah, that's my experience with literature. All right. So do you like to study by yourself, or do you like to study in groups?
I think I like studying group because it can help my communicate more better.
Uh-huh.
It's better, yes. But sometimes I think um, studying group is a little bit,
Little bit
a little bit, a little bit complex.
complex.
Complex, yeah, a little bit.
Why is that? Why is it complicated?
That if in the roof we have the people, we have people is not focused
Uh,
in the study, that when I have to talk to, that is too much. I have a little angry, so I have is complex. I feel it complex.
So what you are trying to say is that your teammates, they are not very focused, right? And sometimes you have to like work with them, but they are not trying their best. That's a pity. Yeah, I feel you, because I am a freshman at university, right? And I have to do like a lot of group work. Like every subject there is a group work. And sometimes I have to work with people that I dislike, to be honest. I don't like them, I hate them because, well, because their attitude is not good. Like they did not know anything, and sometimes they just kind of leave me to finish the work of a whole team, which is unfair, you know. And yeah, I get the feeling of having to work with like irresponsible people, but I guess that as long as you are the responsible one, then it will help you a lot. Like when you have to do everything by yourself, you just happen to learn to do everything by yourself, right? And then you will be more flexible. You can like you can play different roles when you're working. So I think that trong cái rủi của cái may ấy, you know, like kind of that. All right. So, well, yeah, I think that working in group, this is in the case that you are in a group with nice people, all right. Then it helped you like it'll add more perspective to your
Can you
work.
say again?
Tức là nếu như mà em ở trong một cái nhóm với những cái người tốt ấy, thì
Job.
it will add more perspectives to your work. Nghĩa là khi mà ví dụ em làm một cái bài thuyết trình thì em sẽ có được nhiều góc nhìn hơn từ những cái người đấy ấy. And they will enhance your work a lot. Nghĩa là người ta sẽ giúp kiểu cải thiện cái bài của em rất là nhiều, thêm chiều sâu vào cái bài của mình rất nhiều, kiểu nhiều cái đầu nghĩ thì đương nhiên nó phải tác dụng hơn ấy. But yeah, I think that you will be able to meet those people in the future. All right, maybe not right now, but in the future, okay. All right, so what about online study and like direct study? Which one do you prefer?
I prefer online study.
You prefer online study? Yeah. Well, that is kind of a surprise because I don't find many people who actually like who actually like studying through Zoom and stuff. And why do you like that?
Because it's convenient for me to search internet to answer the question.
That is not good. That is not good.
If I wake up late, I can open my computer and study right that. But if I study in the school, if I wake up late, I will my class will be minus, but my class the score in là bị trừ điểm trong tiết mấy cái đấy chị.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Chi điểm thi đua kiểu thế đúng không? All right. But from what you're describing, do you think that it is good that you can like search things in the internet and you can be late to class? Like, do you think those are the good things?
I think is if we use not too much, it's good, but you use to teach on exam, I think it's not good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I think that as students, right? We as students, of course, we want to be able to search for our answers, and sometimes we will make mistakes, like waking up too late. But you know, like it's studying online makes things less effective, you know. Like if you have to think by yourself, or if you have to like you have to follow your school's rules, then of course you will be a better student, right? Nghĩa là rõ ràng là cái việc mà mình đi học muộn hay mình có thể search câu hỏi thì nó sướng hơn, nhưng mà nó không tốt, đúng không? Nó sẽ không hiệu quả bằng cái việc mình đi học đến trường, đúng không? Alright, so I still think that going to school will be better for you, of course. I know that I'm sounding like your teachers, sound like maybe I sound like your mom, like this is better for you, but it's actually the truth, you know? Like, yeah. So what about art? Like, you know, like back in secondary school, you used to have art class, right? And like music class, painting class. But when you go to high school, you don't have that anymore. So how do you feel about that?
I think is that like not yeah, because that I don't like I um I tức là em kiểu như là ước muốn của em mà lại không cần cái đấy thì nên là em thấy là không quan trọng, it's not too important for me.
So you don't like art class, right? So you don't want that.
I don't, yeah, I like art class, but sometimes I is the tức là không phải không thích không không thích cái lớp học mỹ thuật nhưng mà
Là không thấy quan trọng hơn.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That I mean, actually, I didn't like art class too. I when I still go when I still went to secondary school, I didn't like art class. But I actually like drawing though. But the art class in Vietnam, I guess it wasn't that good, you know. Like you have to draw certain things like vẽ cảnh rước đèn chơi trung thu or like vẽ cảnh sinh hoạt, you know, like all the boring stuff. I don't like that. And
Yes,
maybe you like maybe you can teach me how to like mix the color or how to draw a straight line. Maybe that'll be more beneficial, and then I can draw whatever I like. You have to teach me the skills instead of teaching me a certain pictures, you know, như kiểu là đáng ra thì nên dạy mình kỹ năng là kiểu pha màu là vẽ như thế nào thì đúng hơn là dạy mình là từng cái cảnh nó như thế nào, đúng không? Yeah, so yeah, I hated art class in secondary school. Uh, and I think that is just personal preferences. Chị nghĩ là chỉ vì sở thích cá nhân thôi. So you don't feel that art class is very important. Yeah, em sẽ không cảm thấy là cái lớp mỹ thuật là nó quá là quan trọng. But I guess like if it was up to me, nghĩa là nếu mà phụ thuộc vào chị thì maybe I would want to have art class in high school. Thì chị nếu là chị là người được quyết định thì chị cũng sẽ để có những lớp mỹ thuật hoặc là có những lớp âm nhạc ở trường cấp 3. Because like there will be students who are more interested in music or painting, right? Not everyone like not everyone likes English, not everyone likes math. Yeah. So yeah, I think that it's a shame that our leaders như là cũng khá là đáng tiếc là những cái người mà cầm quyền ấy. Yeah. So sometimes they think that math is more important for you, literature is more important for you, physics is more important for you. Thì đấy thì nếu mà chị nghĩ là cái này là kiểu nếu mà em học học thì lúc mà em phải học thi ý, thì em sẽ thấy rất rõ ràng là mọi người thấy những cái môn để đi thi là môn quan trọng hơn, đúng không? Tiếng Anh quan trọng này, toán quan trọng này, văn quan trọng này, lý hóa quan trọng này, nhưng sử địa lại không quan trọng nhé. Sử địa mọi người lại thấy sử địa không quan trọng, công nghệ không quan trọng. And I think that's unfair. Chị nghĩ thế không công bằng lắm, đúng không nhỉ? Because every subject is important for you. Like imagine not knowing anything about history, như kiểu cảm giác ví dụ mình không biết gì về lịch sử, then it's be a shame. Like what if you meet with like a foreigner and they ask you things like can you tell me about the history of Vietnam, and then you just look at them and you think about all the days that you skip history class to study math, for example, and then you will have to answer them that, well, I don't know anything about my country history. and that's just disappointing, right? Right. So, okay, so oh wait, I think something happens to your screen. I think that
Oh,
yeah, the light is kind of leaking.
oh, it's my
See?
light.
Yeah.
I turn off light. Okay.
All right. So there is a saying that what you study in schools does not help you in the future. So what do you think about that?
I think it not correct. I think
Why?
every subject will help me in the future.
Mhm.
Mm, yes, if I like to, I test in the school like to do to do engineer. I think art is will help for this. For that,
Uh-huh.
if they people want to be a singer, I
Uh-huh.
think music is good.
Yeah,
Mm,
but do you think that because everyone has their preference, right? Nghĩa là mỗi người đều có sở thích riêng đúng không? Then forcing students to take every classes is not good. Do you think so? Bởi vì tất cả mọi người đều có sở thích riêng nên là bắt tất cả học sinh để học cùng một chương trình học thì nó cũng không tốt. Em có nghĩ như thế không?
yes,
Yes,
I, I think so.
you think so? Okay. So I'll give you an example. Okay, like, do you think that in the future, like, there will be any occasions in your life that you have to like prove that ABC is on the same line? Nghĩa là em có nghĩ là kiểu bất kỳ một cái sự kiện nào trong đời, có một sự kiện nào đấy diễn ra trong đời mà em lại phải chứng minh điểm ABC thẳng hàng không? Like, can you think of any occasion that you can use that kind of knowledge?
Mm,
Not really, right? But yeah, because I think that it's not the math itself. Nghĩa là chị nghĩ là đấy không phải là bản thân môn toán là cái quan trọng mà là cái việc em học cách tư duy từ môn toán. That is important, more important than the subject itself. All right. So maybe you don't ever have to explain why you think ABC is on the same line. But you can, like when you run into a complicated problem, maybe you will have the logical thinking, the critical thinking to solve that problem. For example, math will help you with logical thinking, and maybe literature will help you with logical thinking and critical thinking. Nghĩa là kiểu tư duy mà kiểu gọi là gì, tư duy phản biện. I don't know how to translate that. Chị cũng không biết cái cụm chính xác là dịch ra là như thế nào, nhưng mà for example, when we are discussing something, khi mà chị với em nói chuyện đúng không, thì bây giờ chị sẽ hỏi em về một cái ý kiến nào đấy. Ví dụ chị cứ đưa ra những cái câu hỏi này, câu nói, xong chị hỏi em là em nghĩ gì về câu nói đấy. Then if you are someone who is used to protecting your stance when you're writing, thì khi mà em là một cái người mà viết nhiều chẳng hạn, em hay phải chứng minh ý kiến của mình, thì em cũng sẽ biết cách chứng minh ý kiến của mình khi em nói chuyện với chị, đúng không? Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you that I think that what you study in school is important. Maybe it's not the subjects themselves that are important, but it's the skill that you derive from school. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think that is enough for today. So do you have any questions for me?
no, don't have any question for you.
Okay. So I think that we can stop here. All right. Um,
Yes.
maybe a little bit review. Yeah, I'll give you some review. Okay. I think that today I talked a little more than the other day. Yeah, chị nghĩ là hôm nay chị nói nhiều hơn mấy hôm khác đúng không nhỉ? Uh-huh. And today the list of questions are a bit harder. Nghĩa là chị thấy cái list câu hỏi này, thì chị không phải là người làm list câu hỏi này nhá. Thì chị nghĩ là cái list câu hỏi này khó hơn mấy cái hôm trước, because because I have to ask you about your opinion more, not just describe something or introduce something, but like prove your point. Nghĩa là mấy cái câu này thì nó đòi hỏi mình phải chứng minh ý kiến của mình nhiều hơn là chỉ miêu tả kể về cái gì đấy, cho nên chị nghĩ cái này khó hơn. So I think that you're not used to that yet. Chị nghĩ là em chưa quen với cái này lắm. So you kind of sometimes you kind of struggle to you know, kind of help me to understand your point of view. Thì thỉnh thoảng chị thấy là em vẫn hơi gặp khó khăn với việc kiểu giúp chị hiểu được cái ý em đang muốn nói là gì ấy, you know? Well, I think that's okay though. Chị nghĩ là thứ là cũng không sao, bởi vì thì nó cũng khó mà, nhưng mà mình cũng phải kiểu các bài tập thì không thể tuần nào cũng như nhau được mà, cũng phải nâng tầm lên ấy, phải có nhiều kiểu câu hỏi khác nhau ấy. So I think that as long as we keep practicing, we keep doing like we keep doing the homework we are granted with, then maybe we'll eventually get better. Nếu mà mình cứ luyện tập, mình cứ làm các bài tập thì mình cũng sẽ giỏi hơn thôi. But this is like a tiny bit of advice, okay? Và đây là một cái lời khuyên nhỏ bé. Thì là tức là em học đấy đúng không? Thì em cũng học lớp ở trung tâm đúng không? Thì cũng có những cái bài tập nói là mình phải đọc để mình luyện phát âm đúng không? Nhưng mà mình nên coi những cái bài tập nói đấy chỉ là luyện phát âm thôi nhá. Nghĩa là tức là nếu mà em đọc lại một cái bài gì đấy thì nó không thực sự giúp em là kiểu suy nghĩ hay gì đúng không? Và chỉ là em đọc, em nghe nào đọc lại như thế thôi ấy. Thì chị nghĩ là khi mà mình làm kiểu cái phần trình bày ấy, mình cũng có thể cố gắng suy nghĩ về cốt truyện một tí, suy nghĩ như kiểu là mình sẽ làm cái phần giới thiệu như thế nào, mình sẽ triển khai, mình sẽ nói những cái câu nói như thế nào với các bạn mình ấy, để cái hội thoại nó nghe tự nhiên là một. Thứ hai là khi xây dựng cái cốt truyện thì em vừa phải suy nghĩ đúng không, vừa phải suy nghĩ để dựng cốt truyện, em cũng phải dùng tiếng Anh rất là nhiều ở trong cái cốt truyện đấy. So I think that actually gonna help more than just repeating what you see, what you hear on the paper. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I think that we can stop here. All right. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.